Relax. It's out of your control. Gosh, my forehead is so big.
You heard me. It's out of our control. The things we worry about every day is not entirely in our control. It's mostly external events that we think it's in our control. That's why we feel sad, worry, or even feel some sort of anger towards the thing that don't really give a damn about us. This may sound like common sense or basic knowledge, but we often get trapped in some sort of these type of things. One thing I notice a lot about is that every single human being on earth will always have someone that they have an opinion on them, either good or bad, but mostly maybe bad. Or maybe if you're a good person, or if someone like mostly sees you as a good person, they will obviously have a good opinion about you. But also there's also some bad opinions, like if you're being too kind, someone would actually talk shit about you. When you wake up in the morning, tell yourself, the people I deal with today will be meddling, ungrateful, arrogant, dishonest, jealous, and surly. They are like this because they can't tell good from evil. But I have seen the beauty of good and the ugliness of evil, and have recognized that the wrongdoer has a nature related to my own, not of the same blood or birth, but the same mind, and possessing a share of the divine, and so none of them can hurt me. What Marcus is suggesting here is that we need to prepare to meet troubling people and ungrateful people right from the start of the day. He's not whining about how people are bad, but instead telling us to embrace them. It's some sort of psychological factor that he wants to indicate that people act the way they are because sometimes they are lost, and it's not them to be blamed for. We shouldn't take it too personal. That's like hating the blind for being blind, or hating the deaf for being deaf. I think that's what he was suggesting here. Habit is a very important factor in our daily lives. It shapes our destiny and our character. There's one quote suggesting that we are what we repeatedly do. Excellent, therefore, is not an act but a habit. So whoever you are, it solely depends on your habit. One bad habit of mine is that I often get caught up in doom scrolling, and it really, distracts me from my purpose in life and the character that I want to become. Every habit and faculty is preserved and increased by corresponding actions, as the habit of walking by walking, of running by running. This means that skills and habits develop only through practice and repetition. To become anything, whether a runner, a speaker, or a virtuous person, you must actively do that thing. This is similar to Aristotle, where he suggests that a good person is not defined by how they act one or two times, but rather their habits throughout their life. So, how do we get rid of bad habits? Well, according to the Stoics, we need to identify the trigger that starts the habit. And once we identify the trigger, we interrupt the habit by creating friction or changing our environment to make it seem more productive. And we also need to replace the bad habit with the good ones, or the purposeful ones that are meaningful in our daily lives. Before I end this video, I want to say a quote by Seneca that I really love. He goes, "Show me a man who isn't a slave, one who is a slave to sex, another to money, another to ambition. All are slaves to hope or fear."